The annual Jesus in the City parade is returning to Toronto this year, but not without some controversy. The Ford government is giving the parade a taxpayer-funded grant of just over $12,000 under the Celebrate Ontario program, which has also doled out money to other events like the Pride Parade and Taste of the Danforth. This particular parade, though, is put on by an evangelical Christian group associated with Reverend Charles McVitie, who is an opponent of same-sex marriage and evolution. McVitie is a friend of the Premier. They talk often. Ford attended McVitie's Christmas party, and the then-candidate Ford even invited McVitie to the CityNews election debate last year. The Jesus in the City parade will take place September 7th. It's going to start here at Queen's Park and proceed down University Avenue. Charles McVitie tells me he's upset this parade was singled out among all the other parades that the government has given grants to.
It's very sad. It's very hurtful that we're somehow second-rate citizens.
But with all due respect, I think it's your association with the parade and some of the controversial stances you have taken that people have issue with.
What have I ever said? What have I ever done?
Your opposition to same-sex marriage.
So half of our society is opposed to same-sex marriage.
You don't believe in man-made climate change?
No, but most people don't. I don't think if we pay taxes, the government will change the weather.
A poll earlier this year by Public Square Research found just 6% of Canadians didn't believe in climate change. A statement from the press secretary to the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport reads, quote, Jesus in the City's Celebrate Ontario funding application was evaluated using the same program guidelines as other applications. Jesus in the City, along with more than 250 other festivals across the province, met the eligibility criteria and received funding from the grant program. The event, like all other Celebrate Ontario events, is open to all members of the public. McVitie says he wonders why there's any controversy at all.
Because they're not upset about going to Muslim parade or the Diwali parade or the Iranian music festival.
How often do you talk to the Premier?
I talk to him as much as I can.
What do you talk about?
Anything and everything. He's a wonderful man. He's been a friend for 10 years, and he helped save the Jesus in the City parade 5 years ago.
The NDP's Jill Andrew released a statement that reads in part, quote, "This smells like another gravy train ticket for one of his cronies, a crony who has made homophobic, transphobic, and anti-LGBTQ remarks. This is disturbing, and it's a chronic issue for the Ford government." McVitie tells me that Ford doesn't agree with all of his positions. He said he'd like to see the Premier march in the Jesus in the City parade, though he hasn't yet asked him to do so. At Queen's Park, Richard Southern, City News.